Man, I'm thirsty. What we got in here? Jalapeno? Nah. Cheese bread? Nah. Perfect. Looks about right. My bad, gang. Howdy D, howdy do, how we doing today? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over 20 crazy Florida man stories. Now these are ranging from 2012 to, I don't know, I'm just now looking at the article. But if you enjoyed this, make sure you like, subscribe, and come back for future videos. Also, before we get into this, I want to mention that I'm an official partner with Dubby. So when you're checking out, make sure to use my code HUNTSMANN, that's HUNTSMANN. Now, proceed to the video. So up first, we got June 11th, 2012. Florida man arrested after calling 911 after kitten denied entry into strip club. Everett Lages, I don't know, was arrested outside of Emerald City Strip Club in Murdoch for repeatedly calling the emergency line to report that the club owner had refused to let his kitty into the jiggle joint. Deputy said. I've never heard a strip club be called a jiggle joint. But this man walked into the strip club and decided to bring his own pussy. Like, I mean, forget the strippers. He brought his own. Alright, up next, on June 27th, 2012, a Florida man chews off another man's face. Mike Tyson? In what became known as the case of the Miami Cannibal, Rudy Eugene gnawed off half of a homeless man's face while he was high. The 31-year-old was shot and killed by police after they found him naked and chowing down on human flesh. Not only was this man eating people, but he was also butt-ass naked. Butt-booty naked. Now, on October 23rd of 2014, a Florida man once arrested for fighting drag queen with tiki torch runs for mayor. Boyd Corbin was reportedly dressed in an ironic KKK costume at the Halloween party in 2012, when he allegedly got into a brawl with a man in drag, leading to his bust for aggravated assault. But that didn't stop him from running for mayor of the small city of Wilton Manors 2 years later. So this man beats up a drag queen, and then 2 years later he wants to run for mayor. The man wants to run for mayor. He's like, I'm gonna get rid of all the drag queens in my city. None of them are welcome here. That's the only reason I'm running for mayor. And if you have anything wrong with that, oh well, get over it. I mean, this man's kind of crazy. Up next, we have two stories that happened in 2015. On January 1st, a Florida man trapped in an unlocked closet for 2 days. John Arwood, 31, and Amber Campbell, 25, thought they were stuck in a janitor's closet at Daytona State College for 2 days, before realizing they could just open the door and walk out. I mean, how stupid do you gotta be? And then, on December 7th, 2015, a Florida man was killed by an alligator while hiding from the cops. Matthew Riggins, 22, was fatally chomped by an 11-foot alligator after allegedly breaking into a home, then hiding from the cops in Barefoot Bay Lake. When police found him, the 22-year-old was missing parts of his arm. I think he chose the wrong hiding spot, to be honest. If you're in a hiding spot and there's gators there, I mean, you're just asking to be eaten. Now, on June 8th, 2017, a Florida man desperate for a ride to Hooters calls 911. Jonathan Hinkle allegedly told 911 dispatchers he needed a ride to the provocative eatery to help his grandmother who had fallen ill. Cops later learned that the 28-year-old Merritt Island man's granny was perfectly fine, and Hinkle was arrested on charges of misusing 911. The man just wanted some wings and to see some booty. What's wrong with that? It's just an Uber. It's a faster Uber, in my opinion. Alright, the next two are within a year of each other. 364 days, not a full year. On January 9th, 2018, Florida man tries to steal rack of ribs by stashing it in his pants. When cops busted, I'm going to butcher this name, Miley Alvarez Aguilar at an Indiantown store, he allegedly removed a full rack of ribs from his waistband. The hungry 26-year-old was also smuggling fried chicken, 2 packs of hamburger buns, and some mashed potatoes, police said. I think the man was trying to have a cookout. With that much food, he has to be having a cookout. And then, a year later, on January 8th, 2019, Florida man insists syringes pulled from his rectum aren't his. After getting hauled into jail on marijuana charges, Wesley Dasher Scott allegedly pulled 3 syringes from his rump during a strip search. Asked why he had the needles, Scott claimed they belonged to someone else. Pinellas County cops said. 3? 3? I don't think I could even put 1 in my ass. That would hurt so bad. This next one's a little graphic, so, if you don't want to listen to this, skip ahead, 30 seconds. A month after 3 syringes were pulled out of that man's ass, on February 13th, 2019, Florida man in dog costume filmed himself having sex with a Siberian husky.
What the fuck?
Christian Stewart, Oscar Nicholas. Why does this man have 4 first names, first of all? He's 21 years old. Allegedly dressed up in a pooch costume, recorded himself getting frisky with his pup, then posted the footage online. The creep was hit with animal cruelty charges. I mean, yeah. Why? 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 Why are we touching the dog? Not even touching. Full on molestation to a dog. Whatever, dude. People are crazy. Okay, a lot of these stories happened in 2019. We're going to go over 3 more of them. On May 9th, 2019, a Florida man was arrested over an IES sticker. Are people that sensitive? Dylan Shane Webb, 23, was arrested for refusing to remove a sticker on his car that read IES, Columbia County cops said. The charges were later dropped after he argued that he's protected by the First Amendment. No buts about it. No pun intended, by the way. Oh, if my eyes look a little red, it's because I just got out of the pool an hour ago. And August 21st, 2019, a Florida man was arrested after botched castration surgery. An elderly Florida man was... Okay, hold on. Dude, I can't read to save my life right now. An elderly Florida man with twisted castration obsession was busted for allegedly performing an at-home surgery on another guy whom he met on the dark web fetish site, cops said. Van Riswick, I don't know if I said that right, 74, allegedly admitted he screwed up the back alley surgery at his home in Sebring. 74 years old and you're out here doing botched surgeries. Probably making bank off of it, too. And then, on September 5th of 2019, a Florida man protects his car from a hurricane, Dorian, by parking it in his kitchen. Patrick Eldridge of Jacksonville drove his smart car inside his home and into his kitchen to protect it from the flooding and wind. And I quote, his wife said, "My husband was afraid his car might get blown away." She said that on Facebook. It's a smart car. It probably would have got blown away, but, if the house got blown away, too, I don't think the car would be very safe. Oh, and up next oh, wow, we still have a bunch from 2019. On October 7th, 2019, a Florida man was arrested for trying to get an alligator drunk. Timothy Kepke, 27, allegedly fed some beer to the gator after his pal caught it with bare hands in Palm City. But the reptile apparently wasn't a fan of booze and bit him, and both men were later arrested. Really? It's more animal cruelty, dude. On October 22nd, a Florida man on Segway charged with DUI. Andy Seegers, I don't know how to say that last name, 48, was accused of riding the geeky vehicle while wasted right in front of a police station. I mean, a Segway? Can you really get a DUI for that since it's not a registered vehicle? And next, this is a day later, on October 23rd, 2019, a Florida man was busted for feeding iguanas to an alligator in jail zoo. Jails have zoos? Since when? Jailbird Jason Aaron Gibson was all allowed to work at a small petting zoo on the Stock Island Detention Center until fellow inmates ratted him out for feeding the giant lizards to Erwin the Gator, officials said. And then for our final story, in 2019, a Florida man groped Disney World princess while his wife sat next to him. What? Okay, hold on. I gotta read this. Brian Sherman, 51, was accused of cupping the costume character's right breast for 3 to 4 seconds during a photo op at the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, as his wife took a load off nearby. He was charged with battery. He should have been charged with sexual assault charges too, not just battery. I mean, that's a little too far if you ask me. Now, starting on the stories from 2020, we have one that occurred on June 11th. A Florida man fights off alligator that attacked his dog. Hell yeah, brother. Trent Tweedle, I don't know, got into a tug-of-war match with a sharp-toothed reptile after it grabbed his 6-year-old pooch, Loki, and pulled the pup into a river. Tweedale, a former Army staff sergeant, pounded on the gator's head until it let go of the dog. Hey, you gotta protect the pooches. This occurred on my older brother's birthday, June 16th. Florida man bitten in the face by alligator while playing disc golf. Travis Spitzer, 40, was waist deep in a lake in Largo looking for his frisbee when the gator grabbed him by his face and tried to pull him into the water. He broke free and bolted to safety, but was hospitalized with gashes on his mug. Wow. Dude, I never understood why people call faces mugs. That's why it's called a mug shot, now that I think about it. Now, on July 20th, 2020, a Florida man tries to evade arrest by cartwheeling away from the cops. Pretty cool. I couldn't do it. Video footage shows Gianfranco Fernandez, 40, wiggling out of cops' grasp, then launching into a cartwheel outside of a shop in Orlando. The nimble escape artist was later charged with battery on an officer. Yikes. Oh, Florida man catches 18.9-foot Burmese python. Ryan Osborne and Kevin Pavlidis bagged the scaly behemoth in the Everglades, setting a new state record, and the previous largest snake was 1/10 of a foot shorter. Wow. So the one before was 18.8 inches. This occurred on October 9th. Now, if we scroll down just a little more. Alright, that looks like that's it. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like and subscribe. Come back for future videos. Use my code on Dubby. That is code HUNTSMANN for 10% off of your order. If you enjoy this, want to see more, make sure you like and subscribe. Come back for my future videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!